6 months ago, you stormed Sanctuary Station. You removed a tyrant. You freed 400 people. You promised them democracy, fairness, and a better future. And now you're discovering something nobody warned you about. Running a functional civilization is 10 times harder than conquering one. You thought the hard part was the raid, the planning, the fighting, the bloodshed. That was nothing compared to what you're facing now. Because now you have to make it work. 400 people with opinions, needs, grudges, and expectations. 400 people who will look to you for answers. 400 people who will absolutely destroy everything you've built if you make the wrong decision. Welcome back, survivors. This is part 10, building the new world. You've won the war. Now you're facing the peace. And peace, it turns out, is the hardest battle of all. Let's talk about what happens when you stop being a survivor and start being a founder. The first 100 days, establishing order. The director is in custody. The old council is dissolved. You've called for elections in 30 days. But 30 days is a long time when people are angry, confused, and traumatized. Immediate challenges. Challenge 1. Legitimacy. Half the population sees you as a liberator. The other half sees you as a warlord who murdered their leaders and seized power. You can't govern effectively if half your people think you're illegitimate. Your response. Public forums. Every evening you hold an open meeting in the central courtyard. Anyone can speak. Anyone can question you. Anyone can challenge your decisions. It's exhausting. It's chaotic. People yell, people argue, people accuse you of everything from tyranny to incompetence. But it's necessary. Transparency builds trust. Slowly. You also publicly submit yourself to the same laws everyone else follows. When someone accuses you of hoarding supplies, you open your quarters for inspection. They find nothing because you're not hoarding. But the gesture matters. Challenge 2. The loyalists. Some people love the director. Not because he was good, but because the system worked for them. They had status, privileges, comfortable positions. Now that system is gone, and they want it back. The loyalist movement, it starts with whispers. Things were better before. We were safe. We had order. Now we have chaos. Then it becomes public. A group of 30 people, mostly former enforcers and administrators, demand the restoration of the old hierarchy. The director kept us alive. You killed him. You owe us stability, not this democratic experiment. Your response, you can't ignore them. Ignoring dissent makes it grow. You meet with them publicly, and you make an offer. You want the old system back? Fine, I'll put it to a vote. Everyone in Sanctuary Station votes restore the director's system or continue building the new one. Majority decides. They agree. They think they'll win. The vote happens 3 days later. 80% vote to continue the new system. The loyalists lose badly, and their movement collapses because you gave them a fair process and they lost on the merits. Challenge 3. Resource distribution under the director. Resources were allocated based on rank. High-status people ate well. Low-status people scraped by. You've promised equality. Everyone gets the same rations, the same access, the same treatment. But now you're discovering the problem. Equality feels like punishment to people who had more. The equity debate? Someone stands up in a forum. I've been here for 2 years. I built the greenhouses. I maintained the water system. Now, someone who arrived yesterday gets the same rations I do. Where's the fairness in that? He's not wrong. Equal distribution rewards laziness and punishes contribution. But merit-based systems create hierarchies, and hierarchies breed resentment. Your solution, hybrid system. Everyone gets baseline rations enough to survive. No one starves. But people who contribute more, hunters, medics, teachers, earn additional credits. Those credits can be traded for luxuries, extra food, better sleeping quarters, personal items. It's not pure equality. It's not pure meritocracy. It's a compromise. And compromises make everyone slightly unhappy, which means it's probably fair. The elections. Choosing the future 30 days after the raid. You hold the first democratic elections in Sanctuary Station's history. You're electing a council of 7. They'll make decisions collectively, with you as the tie-breaking vote. The candidates? 12 people run for 7 seats. Some are genuine leaders. Some are opportunists. Some are completely unqualified but popular. The campaigns? Candidate 1 is a former engineer. His platform: we need infrastructure, water, power, expansion. Vote for me, and I'll build a settlement that lasts generations. Candidate 2 is a former teacher. Her platform: we need education. We're raising children in the apocalypse. If we don't teach them, we lose our humanity. Candidate 3 is a former enforcer under the director. His platform: we need security. The infected are still out there. Raiders are still out there. Without defense, nothing else matters. Candidate 4 is a radical. His platform: we need to expand. One settlement isn't enough. We conquer other settlements, absorb their resources, and build an empire. That last one scares you, because 20% of people vote for him. The results: the engineer wins, the teacher wins, the enforcer wins. The radical gets enough votes to claim a seat. The council is split. 3 pragmatists, 2 idealists, 1 radical, and 1 wild card. You realize immediately, this council will fight constantly, but that's democracy. Messy, frustrating, and somehow better than the alternative. The first crisis: the grain shortage 2 months into the new government, disaster strikes. A blight hits the greenhouses. Half your grain crop dies overnight. You have enough food for 3 months at current rations, maybe 4 if you cut portions. The council meets. Emergency session. The debate: the engineer: we ration strictly. Everyone gets less, but we stretch supplies until the next harvest. The teacher: we can't starve the children. Cut adult rations, but keep children's portions the same. The enforcer: we send hunting parties outside the walls. More fish, more game. We supplement their grain shortage with protein. The radical: we raid the settlement 15 miles south. They have grain. We take it. You're the tiebreaker? What do you choose? You choose a combination. Ration cuts for adults, maintained portions for children, increased hunting, and absolutely no raids. We don't survive by destroying others. We survive by working harder. The radical votes against you, publicly, loudly, and his support grows. The radical problem: when expansion becomes conquest, his name is Marcus. Former military, charismatic, intelligent, and absolutely convinced that the only way to survive the apocalypse is to dominate it. We have 400 people. There are settlements with 50, with 30, with 10. We could absorb them, peacefully or otherwise. We'd have 1,000 people within a year. 2,000 within 2 years, an army, a nation. He's not wrong strategically. Consolidation creates strength. But his vision isn't cooperation. It's empire. Marcus builds a following. He starts holding private meetings, recruiting, mostly young people, mostly men, mostly those who feel powerless in a new democratic system. He promises them purpose, adventure, glory. Do you want to spend the rest of your life farming and fishing? Or do you want to build something that matters? Follow me. 20 people join him openly, maybe 50 more quietly. The council splits on how to handle him. The enforcer: exile him. He's planning a coup. Remove the threat before it grows. The teacher: we can't exile people for having opinions. That's tyranny. We debate him. We convince people he's wrong. The engineer: we give him a project. Channel his energy into something productive. Let him lead an expansion team, but we control the mission. You're stuck. Every option has risks. Exile him, and he becomes a martyr. Let him stay, and he might overthrow you. Give him power, and he might use it against you. Your decision: you confront him, publicly, in front of the entire settlement. Marcus, you want expansion? Fine, I'm authorizing an expedition. You'll lead a team to scout nearby settlements, not to conquer. To offer alliance. You'll be our ambassador, not our general. Prove you can build bridges, not just burn them. He accepts. Because refusing makes him look like he was only interested in violence. You've bought time. But you haven't solved the problem. The cult of personality. When people worship leaders, here's something nobody tells you about being a founder. People start treating you like you're more than human. The hero worship. Children are named after you. Stories are told about the raid, and with each retelling, you become more legendary. People ask for your blessing before hunts, before marriages, before births. You didn't ask for this. You don't want this. But it's happening. The danger: when people worship you, they stop thinking critically. They follow blindly. And blind followers enable tyrants. You've seen this before. The director cultivated worship. He used it to control people. You refuse to do the same. Your response: you make mistakes publicly. You admit when you're wrong. You defer to experts when they know better. I don't know how to fix the water filtration system. Ask the engineer. I'm not a doctor. Ask the medic. I'm not a god. I'm just someone trying not to screw this up. It helps. Slightly. But the worship doesn't fully stop. Because people need heroes. Especially in the apocalypse. The second settlement. First contact, Marcus returned from his expedition. He's been gone 6 weeks. He brings news. He found a settlement. 70 people. Functional. Well defended. And they want to talk. The delegation arrives. 3 representatives from the settlement they're calling New Haven. They arrive by boat, unarmed, carrying gifts, smoked fish, woven blankets, medicinal herbs. Their leader is a woman named Elena. Mid-40s, calm, intelligent. She makes her pitch. We've heard about you. The settlement that overthrew a tyrant and built a democracy. We're impressed. We'd like to propose a formal alliance. The terms, mutual defense. If either settlement is attacked, the other provides support. Trade agreements, regular exchange of surplus resources. Information sharing, threats, techniques, knowledge. Free movement. Citizens of either settlement can relocate to the other if they choose. It sounds perfect. Too perfect. The council debates. The teacher. This is exactly what we need. Community, cooperation, we accept. The enforcer. We don't know them. This could be a trick. We investigate first, alliance later. The radical. We don't need allies. We need subjects. We should absorb them, not partner with them. You ask the hard questions. Elena, what do you gain from this? You have 70 people. We have 400. We could crush you. Why risk contact? She smiles, because we're not alone either. We have 3 allied settlements. Combined, we're 200 people. An alliance with you makes us 600 total. That's a regional power. That's safety. She's not asking you to protect her. She's asking you to join a network. This changes everything. The Alliance Network. Joining the Federation. You accept Elena's proposal. Sanctuary Station joins the network. Suddenly, you're not an isolated settlement. You're part of something bigger. The Federation of Free Settlements. 4 settlements, 600 people total, spanning 50 miles of coastline and islands. Sanctuary Station. 400 people, strongest infrastructure, most resources. New Haven. 70 people, skilled fishermen and boat builders. Green Valley. 80 people, agricultural specialists, crops and livestock. Ironport. 50 people, salvagers and metal workers, access to pre-outbreak industrial sites. The structure. Each settlement maintains autonomy. Internal decisions are made locally. Shared decisions, trade policies, mutual defense, inter-settlement law are made by a federal council. 1 representative from each settlement. Decisions require majority vote. Your Sanctuary Station's representative. The benefits. Access to resources you don't have. Metal tools from Ironport, fresh vegetables from Green Valley, boats from New Haven. Coordinated defense. If raiders attack one settlement, all 4 respond. Knowledge exchange. Techniques, skills, innovations spread across the network. The costs. You're no longer fully independent. Federal decisions override local ones in certain areas. You're responsible for defending settlements you don't control. Their enemies become your enemies. You're tied to their fate. If one settlement collapses, it destabilizes the entire network. But the biggest cost? Marcus is furious. Marcus's betrayal. The coup attempt, he sees the alliance as weakness. We had the strength to dominate. Instead, we're sharing power with settlements we could have conquered. You made us equals when we should be rulers, his followers agree. And they're growing. The conspiracy. Marcus and his inner circle 25 armed loyalists plan a coup. The plan, assassinate you and the federal council representatives during a joint meeting. Seize control of Sanctuary Station. Declare the alliance void. Begin conquest of the other settlements, but someone talks. One of Marcus's followers has doubts. She comes to you in the middle of the night. They're going to kill you. Tomorrow, during the federal council meeting, Marcus has weapons hidden in the meeting hall. You have 12 hours. Your options. Option 1. Cancel the meeting. Expose the plot publicly. Arrest Marcus and his followers. Pros, you survive, the coup fails. Cons, you look weak. You've publicly admitted you almost got killed. Confidence in your leadership drops. Option 2. Let the meeting happen. Set a counter ambush. Catch them in the act. Pros, undeniable proof of treason. Marcus is discredited permanently. Cons, high risk. If the ambush fails, you and the federal council die. Option 3, confront Marcus privately. Offer him exile instead of execution. Avoid bloodshed. Pros, mercy. You prove you're not a tyrant. Cons, he might refuse. He might leak your knowledge of the plot. He might accelerate the timeline. You choose option 2, a counter ambush. The federal council meeting happens as scheduled. You, Elena, and the other representatives sit at the table, discussing trade routes. Marcus and his followers enter, armed, confident. This alliance ends now. Sanctuary Station will... He doesn't finish. Your guards, hidden in the rafters and behind false walls, emerge. 20 armed loyalists against 35 of yours. It's not even a fight. Marcus and his followers are disarmed and arrested within minutes. 0 casualties on your side. 3 injuries on theirs. The trial, public trial. All 600 people across the Federation are invited to watch via radio broadcast. The evidence is overwhelming. The informant testifies. The hidden weapons are presented. Marcus's written plans are read aloud. The verdict: guilty of conspiracy to commit murder and overthrow a lawful government. The sentence: exile. Marcus and his followers are given basic supplies in a boat. They're escorted beyond Federation waters and told never to return. You wanted to build an empire, Marcus. Go build it somewhere else. He leaves, humiliated, broken, but you know he'll be back. Men like Marcus don't stay gone. The first inter-settlement conflict. When allies fight 3 months after Marcus's exile, a new problem emerges. Ironport and Green Valley are fighting. The dispute: Ironport claims Green Valley owes them metal tools in exchange for salvaged materials. Green Valley claims they already paid with grain shipments. Both sides accuse the other of cheating. It escalates. Trade stops. Insults are exchanged. Someone from Ironport throws a punch during a joint meeting. Someone from Green Valley punches back. Now, both settlements are demanding the federal council take their side. The federal council meeting. You, Elena, and the other representatives gather. Ironport's representative. Green Valley is lying. We have records. They owe us. Green Valley's representative. Ironport is extorting us. They're trying to control our food supply. Both sides have evidence. Both sides have legitimate grievances. The debate: Elena, we mediate. We review the records, establish fair trade standards, and make both sides comply. New Haven's representative: we let them work it out themselves. Federal interference makes us look like tyrants. You're the swing vote. Your decision? We mediate, but we don't dictate. We bring in neutral auditors from Sanctuary Station and New Haven. They review the records. They determine what's owed. Both sides agree in advance to accept the findings. If they refuse, they're expelled from the Federation. Both sides agree. They don't want to be expelled. The audit takes 2 weeks. The finding: both sides made mistakes. Ironport overcharged slightly. Green Valley underpaid slightly. Adjustments are made. The conflict ends. The precedent: you've established that the Federation resolves disputes through evidence and fairness, not power. It's boring. It's bureaucratic. It's civilization, the expansion question. Growth or stability. 6 months into the Federation, you've achieved something remarkable: peace. No raids, no internal conflicts. Trade is flowing. People are safe, but some people want more. The expansionist movement, a coalition of younger citizens from all 4 settlements. They propose aggressive recruitment. There are dozens of small settlements out there. 10 people here, 20 there. We should invite them to join the Federation. We could have 1,000 people within a year. The debate, the case for expansion: more people means more skills, more labor, more defense. Small settlements are vulnerable. Offering them Federation membership saves lives. Growth is survival. Stagnation is death. The case for stability: more people means more mouths to feed, more conflicts to manage, more complexity. We're still figuring out how to govern 600 people. Adding more makes it harder. Quality over quantity. Strong small network beats weak large network. The Federal Council votes. 2 votes for expansion. 2 votes against. You're the tiebreaker. Again, your decision. We expand, but carefully. We offer Federation membership to settlements that meet criteria. Democratic governance, no slavery. Willingness to contribute, commitment to mutual defense. We don't absorb everyone. We grow deliberately. The vote passes. Within 6 months, 2 more settlements join. The Federation reaches 800 people. The vision clarifies. What are we building? 1 year after the raid on Sanctuary Station, you stand on the walls and look out at what you've created. A network of settlements. Democratic governance. Trade routes. Rule of law. Education systems. Shared defense. You're not just surviving anymore. You're building a society. But the question remains, what kind of society? Option 1. The Republic. A loose federation of independent settlements with minimal central authority. Maximum freedom. Minimal coordination. Option 2. The Confederation, a stronger central government with shared laws, shared military, shared economy. Less freedom, more efficiency. Option 3. The Empire, one dominant settlement ruling over others. Sanctuary Station as the capital, you as the leader. Maximum control, maximum resentment. You've been unconsciously building option 1, but the expansion is pushing you toward option 2. The Federal Council debates the future. Elena, we need a constitution. Written laws that all settlements agree to follow. A framework for growth. Ironport's representative. We need a unified military. Independent militias won't stop a serious threat. Green Valley's representative. We need shared infrastructure. Roads, bridges, communication networks. These are all logical, and they all centralize power. Your fear. You're becoming what you overthrew. Not a tyrant, but a government, a bureaucracy, a system. Is this what you wanted? Or have you just replaced one cage with another? The founder's dilemma. Late at night, you sit alone. You think about the cabin on the ship, the lifeboat, the island, the desperate fight for survival. You think about how simple it was. Survive or die. Build or starve. Fight or fall. Now it's complicated. Politics, economics, diplomacy, law. You're not a warrior anymore. You're an administrator, and you hate it, but you can't walk away. Because if you do, this whole thing might collapse. Leaders don't get to quit just because the job gets hard. The legacy question? You realize something profound. You're not building for yourself anymore. You're building for people who haven't been born yet. In 50 years, children will grow up in this federation. They won't remember the infected ships, the desperate ocean voyages, the island battles. They'll just know the world you built. Will it be a good world? A fair world? A free world? That depends on the choices you make now. The threat on the horizon. Just when you think you've figured it out, Elena comes to you with news. We've intercepted a radio transmission. It's not from any settlement we know. It's military-grade encryption, recently decoded. She plays it for you. ... Reclamation, Force Alpha to command ... Civilian settlements identified, coordinates logged, recommend seizure of resources and integration of population ... Awaiting authorization. You go cold. What does that mean? Elena's face is grim. It means the government survived, or what's left of it. And they're coming to take back control? The apocalypse just got political. You've built a civilization from one survivor on a sinking ship to the founder of a federation of 800 people. You've created democracy in the ruins. You've established law where there was chaos. You've built hope where there was only despair. But the world is bigger than your federation. And it's not empty. If this guide helped you navigate the impossible transition from warlord to statesman, hit that like button and subscribe. Share your thoughts on governance, expansion, and the cost of civilization in the comments. We've been through hell together. And somehow, we're still building. Keep leading, keep questioning, keep hoping, and stay safe out there. We'll see you in part 11 because the government is coming, and they're not here to help. Stay strong, founder. You've built something that matters. Now defend it.